It's AC here, and welcome to episode 10 of the Hardy Homeboys. And our guest for this week will be none other than our great mate, Tragen Keys.
Yes, he was been one of my good friends since kindergarten, so it's a pleasure to have him on here because he's probably the person we've known the longest that we've done on here. So let's just get started. Let's cut to the chase. Tell everyone about yourself if they don't already know who you are.
My name is Tragen Arthur. I make music. My brand, starting a brand, is called Tragen Clothing. I'm trying to get that launched soon. And yeah, I like to make music and make clothes, design clothes.
Yeah, so you just started doing the music. The new album is coming out tomorrow, so we figured it'd be a perfect time to do it. Tell everyone about your album. It's coming out tomorrow. Tell them where you could find it.
Well,
I'll be right back.
It's gonna be dropping everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music. It's gonna be on YouTube too, and it's gonna be dropping with 2 songs. It's like a little 2-pack. It's gonna be a song called City Girls with me and my friend Kamari, and a song called Envy with just me.
Good. And my question is, what purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months or in recent memory?
Let me think. I have to say probably my microphone that I make music on.
Good.
Yeah, microphone was a good investment for me. It was like one of my graduation gifts. That's made things easier too because it sounds more professional.
Yeah, helps with the quality of the sound.
Yeah, so that's good. Now, okay, so if they don't already know you, people might know you from Tillman, people might know you from Massac. So tell everyone, how was your 2 years at Tillman like? What did you think? Tell us about your time at Tillman.
My 2 years at Tillman was good. I think the main takeaway for me with going to Tillman was stepping out of my comfort zone. Because when I went to Massac, I had a good time. I was around my friends, and me moving to Tillman forced me to be around people I didn't know, and kind of prepared me for that's how it's going to be in college, and just the world in general, meeting different people.
Right, yeah. Then what was your next one?
Okay. What was your experience like attending 2 different high schools?
So yeah, that was kind of a follow-up question. So what was it like attending Massac? Of course, about 500 people. Tillman, I don't know how many, but probably more than, definitely
thousands.
more than
Probably
8,000.
a couple thousand.
800, yeah. Not a couple thousand.
Yeah, I'm just guessing, yeah.
How are the experiences different?
Probably, I'd have to say just the amount of people. There's a lot of different groups, more things you can get into, a lot of different type of people.
Yeah.
I think that's what really helped me a lot, because I still kind of am. I'm not really that social. I don't really talk to many people unless I know them.
Right.
Kind of helped me get out my shell a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think
That kind of helped it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, more variety of people, I'm assuming.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
With basketball, towards the middle of the season, I kind of hit a slump. I couldn't really hit my shots. Things wasn't going.
Yeah.
And I just kind of kept pushing through it, and I just learned that my main takeaway was that adversity is gonna hit, and when it does, you just gotta push through it.
That's a good feeling. Yeah.
Just get through it.
Yeah. Check on Facebook in just a minute, but we'll still continue. Instagram is still live. YouTube, thanks for saying
YouTube, thank you, well done. Okay, so are there any quotes you think of often or live your life by?
I know this one's kind of a generic one, but I'd have to say you miss all the shots you don't take.
Okay.
Just trying different things, and you never know until you try them out how it's gonna go.
I forgot who said that.
I think it was Michael Jordan.
You're probably, yeah. You're probably right.
But I have to say that one.
Yeah, of course, being a hooper almost all your life. Yeah. So, in the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?
Probably me the fact that I'm graduated this year, and just realizing that I'm about to kind of start my adult life, and it made me just really want to focus in on the things I really want to do and achieve, as far as my music, my clothing brand, just really focusing on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
All right. And now another question is, we got a couple questions from Instagram because I put something on my story. We got a couple questions, and of course, if you have any other questions on Facebook or Instagram, let us know. But this question was from Jesse Russell, and he says, "Do your parents listen to / enjoy your music?"
My mom references my music sometimes, and my dad knows I post it. I say they listen to it a little bit. I say I like it.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of reviews from people, my family members, saying that they checked it out.
Yeah.
And they say they like it.
They give you constructive criticism if there's something off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me credit, just things I could work on. For me, like, I kind of started making it this year. And when I put my first song on YouTube, me kind of getting, not to say I really just focus on the positive reviews, but me getting people telling me that they actually thought it was good, that was kind of like, I'm on the right track.
Yeah. Of course. Okay. Now another question is from Ian Higgerson, your cousin. I think you might know him just a little bit. He says, "What is your plan for college?" And we talked about this a little before we started this, but tell everyone, what is your plan for college right now?
My plans right now, try to go to fashion design school and try to study in fashion design. I haven't decided which college I want to go to, but just looking for the right one, with the best program and the best prices of one that fits me, and go from there.
Okay, so who inspires you the most?
Anybody, family, or just anybody?
Well, anybody you want to
be,
talk about, Trey.
Who inspires me the most? I'm really inspired by, to be honest, right now, I'm really inspired by Kanye West. Not just the crazy comments and all that stuff he be making, but just like how he came up, because he made music and he was kind of into the fashion thing like that. And I just feel like I can relate to that right now.
So as far as your clothing brand goes, are you gonna try eventually make a foray into shoes too, or just play it by ear?
I do have some kind of thoughts in my mind of just how I would like to design in my shoe, but I want to kind of get the foundation of the brand first. Before I kind of step into something different. But for sure. Shoes gonna be coming soon, for sure.
Might have to cop a pair. If you make 13, that might have to be a special one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because 13s are not easy to find.
Yeah.
Now, another question is, so what are some bad recommendations you hear in your area of expertise? So I don't know if that'd be clothing or like basketball or...
Bad reputation, like for me?
Yeah, what are some bad recommendations that you hear?
Well, with music,
yeah, that too. Yeah.
I hear a lot of people. Maybe sometimes I feel like when people try to give me, like, people that aren't really, I can tell when it's constructive criticism, or if someone's just kind of like a hater, and just kind of like,
exactly,
I can kind of tell, and from people that I really care about their opinion, I'm really only listening to that.
Yeah, because trust me, YouTube, you get a lot of that stuff, especially once you start getting more views. And I'm sure if any of you guys look in the comments on any of my videos, just pick a random one, you'll see plenty. But yeah, for sure, a good one. Now, it's your question.
Okay, so what is an unusual habit that you love?
I don't know. I'm kind of weird. I wouldn't say it's like a habit, but I don't know. I'm really focused on what I want to do. I don't really hang out a lot like that, so I'm kind of really just.
Yeah, but I think it needs to be more like I said before. I think it needs to. You shouldn't be shaming people as much for doing that, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but another question is, so what fact about you would surprise many of your acquaintances or just people that listen to your music or just know you from Tragen clothing?
I think one thing people might be surprised at is the fact that it's kind of came up out of nowhere. Like in my past, I wasn't really into making clothes, and I definitely wasn't into making music. And I think that this kind of came up quick. How people listen to my music, I don't think they would expect it to be like kind of listenable. Like people would like it, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, no disrespect to nobody, but I hear a lot of people around here that try to make music, and it's.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard it, but
yeah, I think I'm thinking of a couple names right now. Yeah, trust me, we've all been there. We've all tried to. Most people should just leave it in their iPad, or at least have someone other than family listen to it. Some random person listen to it.
I agree.
Trust me, yeah.
Okay, and it's a question from Ray Okabe, and it's from Instagram and AJ's Instagram, and AJ asks all of his followers and fans and my fans and our fans of the Honey Homeboys to ask questions to ask Trajan a question, and this is for you, mate. And Ray says, do you remember
He
Ray?
says, do you remember? Yeah.
Yes, I do remember you, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
So if you're watching on Facebook
Happy
or
weekend,
Instagram,
Ray.
which you're probably not, but he sent this last night, so it was sometime around lunchtime for him.
I do remember you from biology class.
Oh, okay.
It was a good time, meeting you. Meeting you. I hope you had a good time while you were down here, and I hope you're doing good right now.
All right. You have another question.
Okay, when you feel overwhelmed or unfocused or have lost your focus temporarily, what do you do? What do you do, Trey?
What I do is kind of, when I get off track or something, or focus, I just kind of take a step back from whatever I'm trying to do or whatever it is. Kind of take a step back, get myself space from it. Maybe, let's say if it's from music, for reference, I can't think of something for a song or something like that. I'll take myself away from it, go do something else, and then I'll kind of ease back into it. I won't force myself into it. I'll just, when it comes to me, I'll just let it come.
Yeah. And another question is, so when you make a song, what comes first? Give me the steps on how a Trey song gets made.
Well, for me, I'll go through some beats, and then usually I just hear a beat and I'll be like, oh, this one's it. And then when the words, I won't have to think about it. When I know what beat's it, I'll hear it, and then kind of the first line or the first melody will come to me, and I just go off of that. I'll just let that kind of set the tone for the whole track.
Yeah. I always get stuck on the lyrics part. I feel like I would be good. I just need someone to help me start.
Yeah.
I need to have a starting point. Someone like, okay, here's something, and then I could
go off of it.
Yeah. But the beats always enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what type of genre it is. I'm like
anything.
I'm open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, some people write the lyrics first. I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, I can't do it because I gotta have something to go off of.
Yep.
Me personally.
I tried to do lyrics first. That was frustrating because nothing comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, another question is, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh. Actually, this one's an easy one. Definitely Batman: The Dark Knight Rises. Actually, I take it back.
Good one.
Batman: The Dark Knight, just the first one. Or the second
Batman, okay, Dark Knight from 2008. That's a good one. I'd say the second best superhero movie of all time.
Yeah, I think the 2012 Dark Knight Rises is better than the 2005 Batman
2008.
Begins and 2008 Dark Knight.
I agree. Well, going off of that,
okay.
Which one do y'all have number one?
Yeah, which one do you have number one?
For what?
out of those three movies?
I say number 1 is Dark Knight Rises, 2 is Dark Knight, and 1 is Batman Begins.
So number 1's Batman Begins.
Wait.
Your least so your least favorite's Batman Begins.
Oh,
Yes.
I got
It
you.
gradually gets better.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Mine's probably number 1, Dark Knight. Number 2, Batman Begins. Number 3, Dark Knight Rises.
I wasn't a big fan of Begins, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I haven't rewatched that in a while. But
Yeah.
maybe. I've seen hundreds of movies since then, so maybe I will not. I had a much smaller sample size.
Yeah.
I've actually seen 1,005 movies in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, well, he's been tracking how many movies he's watched, so I think he hit yesterday or today. He hit
Today,
he hit
actually.
1,000 movies. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm thinking about 800, so I still have a little bit to catch up to him if I ever do.
You will, AJ. I know you will, buddy.
Okay.
I know you.
Yeah. Now, continuing off what we were talking about before about the music, what do you think people's biggest mistake is? Or what's the most common mistake when starting off? Or you could have made this mistake, or what's a mistake that people often make when they...
For me, I just looking at the really big picture. Just when you're starting off, don't be so kind of fool yourself. Just be open for criticism.
Yeah.
Be open that I know you obviously have to have confidence in what you're doing, but
Yeah.
I just don't think you should just be so full of yourself.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to tell you, oh, maybe you should fix this or do this, just listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now, we talked about it like in passing, but today's video is sponsored by Tragen Clothing. So, Trajan, tell everyone about Tragen Clothing. You started it last year.
Yeah.
Tell everyone about it.
Tragen Clothing, the basis of the brand for me is just being true to yourself. Growing up, me and AJ grew up together, and see a lot of different friends. I mean, it's cool to go your different ways, but I don't think you should ever go away from who you are to yourself or change the way you act for different people.
Right.
Try to fit in with a different certain crowd. Just do what you love to do, and just be yourself.
Okay. Now, what sizes do you have in Tragen Clothing? Because
We have all sizes. Everything you see can come in any size. Trying to make some different colorways right now, and main priority right now is trying to get the website set up.
okay.
So that's my main goal right now, my main focus.
Yeah. I just want to know if you have a extra large for me whenever I eventually order something.
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely gonna have to hook you up with
I
some
kind of
stuff.
like the shirt you have on now.
Yeah, it's a little sample design I made.
Okay.
So, Trajan, what made you want to have a rap album?
Well, I've always liked music. I've always listened to music, but I didn't really think it was like possible to make it until I started kind of reconnecting with my friend Gio. We all went to the same school together.
I remember Gio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And-
Gio's a nice fella.
He kind of showed me how to make music, and then from there I was just like, oh, I really got kind of like addicted to it. I just really like doing it, wanted to get better at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, I want to put my first song out, and that's why it's dropping tomorrow. So y'all tune into that.
Okay. And this is the question for all three of us, and I can answer myself. What is your favorite Trey song right now that he's released? We'll start with you.
I say the first song.
Whatever that
Okay.
was. I don't remember.
I think it was like February 14th. I think that's when.
Yeah, that's
when
what
I
it
put
was,
out-
yeah.
I think actually from one from February is a favorite of mine.
Mine's probably City Girls with
I'm glad you like that.
Kamari. And I guess part is because it's constantly on your TikToks. And, But it's probably my favorite. And then what's your personal favorite?
For sure, City Girls.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of like a good representation of from the first song to where I'm at. Kind of, I think it's the best one so far.
Okay. Now, and we're talking about this song's in my head right now. It's been stuck in my head. I won't start singing it, but yeah.
Y'all gonna have to wait till tomorrow to hear it. Tomorrow at midnight.
Yeah, well, it's on YouTube already, but
Oh, yeah.
on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yes, sir.
How many more new songs are going to be released that the public hasn't heard yet? Because all of your songs have, well, not all of your songs, but all your songs up to now have been released on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Are there any new songs that we haven't heard yet that are going to be on?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have a lot of songs in the vault. As of right now, I probably got like 10 songs.
Okay. So we can get, that's a full album right there.
Yeah.
If something happens to Tragen Keys, you'll become like one of the biggest. I don't want to call you rap. You're kind of like, and it's probably one of your biggest influences. You're like a Drake kind of.
Yeah, I try to be an
More like an R&B
Yeah.
type rap. You rap every now and then, but you sing those notes that rappers don't even try, or I'd call rappers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the lines between R&B and hip hop have kind of
Declined.
they're pretty much the same now.
Yeah. I
At
agree.
least in mainstream. rap.
Yeah.
There's some that 100% rap, no R&B involved at all.
I agree.
Okay, so what country would you love to visit?
Italy. Oh, that's not a country.
It is a country.
Oh, it is.
Wait,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Fine.
You had to think about it.
But yes, I'd love to go to Paris. That's kind of my
Paris,
dream.
France. Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I love go to Sydney, Australia. And I also love go to to Japan, see Ray. Gosh, with Japan, I love Great Wall of China. I love go to Abu Dhabi. Well, pretty much my all sorts of. I really want to go to travel around the world because the next several decades, because I have a long life to live.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, this is a question that came up in the chat, and it was me one of the final ones. But who are some musical influences for you? Who's influenced you on this album and in general, or the songs that we haven't heard yet that won't be released on this album?
For sure, Drake. He's my favorite artist. Drake. Ty Dolla $ign. I kind of like his music's a little bit more the R&B side.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, those two really just. The
I
main
like
two.
Drake's 2018 album,
Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think my two favorites are God's Plan and Hotline Bling.
Yeah, Hotline Bling was from his 2016 album.
2017 it came out.
I thought it was 2016.
Well,
Was it on Views?
well,
Yeah, I was on Views.
Well, I thought Hotline Bling and God's Plan were on the same album.
No.
I thought that. Okay, thank you.
No. That's why we're both here. You correct me sometimes.
Thank you for correcting me, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So those are your main two.
Yes.
Are there any other ones that influenced you?
Party Next Door. He
Okay.
makes a lot of music with Drake.
Okay.
I think they have a good connection.
He was on his Drake's label.
Yep.
Yeah.
OVO.
Would that be your number one goal, to be on Drake's OVO label? Is that your goal right now with music, or what's your goal with music? That's
My goal, kind of, main goal, I'm not really saying I want to be a mainstream artist or anything. Right now, I just want to get people to listen to it, and then people can make the judgment if they want to keep listening to it and be a fan, or they don't like it. Just get people to listen to it first.
I have an idea, and I think this is the formula on how to get a hit. But make a TikTok dance with one of your songs.
A dance?
Or it's something, I don't know about a dance, but something with TikTok, and so it could go across on TikTok.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a 10-second snippet of your song.
TikTok's a powerful
Yes.
social media platform.
It is.
A lot of people can.
It is. I have 53 followers on the TikTok.
I've been checking it out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Maybe you can tell your fans to follow me if you want.
I for sure will.
Thank you so much.
I got you.
Okay, so we already told about musical artists. I know you like Drake. So, what are your favorite hobbies or pastimes?
Other than music and making clothes, I like to play basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and AJ used to play on the same basketball team back in elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah.
MES Warriors.
The Metropolis Warriors.
Yes, sir.
In year 5 and year 6.
Yeah,
It was good times.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
I still have some clips. I don't think either of us really would like it to be shown publicly, or you might. It was mainly you crossing up people, so you might want people to see it. But yeah, that was a good team.
Yes, it was.
Should have won the title.
I don't know how we didn't, but
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
I think yeah. I mean, that's right. Something's better than nothing.
Yeah. So tell everyone, if they don't already know you, tell them about your basketball career, kind of how it started, where's it now, what's going to happen.
Well, I kind of grew up liking basketball, grew up watching it, and I started playing it. It was I just dedicated myself to it for a long time. I always practiced, worked out, so I did. And then when I got to Tillman, that's when I got into like the music, making clothes, kind of found out the things I was really interested in. And I just kind of, I don't know. Just kind of done with basketball.
Yeah, so you don't see yourself ever like coaching, or if you ever have any kids of your own, will we try to get them to play, do whatever they want to do?
Yeah, I definitely introduce them. As far as coaching, I just don't think I don't think coaching is my style.
You'd be more like a cheerleader on the sidelines.
Yeah, I just
Be a spectator.
Kind of like Seth Arthur.
yeah.
Shout out Seth Arthur if you're watching.
Shout out to his father, Seth.
Yeah, I couldn't be a coach. Could you?
No, I don't know. I don't know much about sports.
I
so
won't say. Yeah, he won't. No, he doesn't.
I don't see myself coach, but I see myself being a teacher or going over there teaching more than being a coach, because I don't know too much about sports. But go ahead, AJ.
I won't say yes, but I won't say no, because if I say no, that'll just rule it out completely. But if I say yes, I'll make it sound. I don't want to make it sound so easy. It's very difficult. You have to manage a lot of different people, a lot of different mindsets. I think it'd be interesting. I would love to like do it for one season, like, or just like kind of be like an assistant for one season, just to see, is this something I like to do in my free time whenever I'm not working or something.
Mm-hmm.
Never say never. I'm open to it, but I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're pretty much done with basketball, is what you're saying.
Yep.
You still might watch it occasionally, but you won't.
Yeah, I still play for fun, watch it sometimes, but.
Yeah.
What's your favorite author, Trajan?
Well, my favorite books growing up, I wasn't much of a reader, but I mean, I have to say, who was it that who wrote Die Wimpy Kid? Jeff Kinney? Yep.
Jeff Kinney.
I'd have to say him. I think the Die Wimpy Kid books are really good. I know it's kind of like a children's book, but I think they're really good.
They're easy to read. You can read them in a few hours.
Yeah.
There's so many now. I haven't read one in a few years, but I used to buy every single
Me too.
Die Wimpy Kid book. Probably up till I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm. I haven't kept up with that. I didn't know they
Then I
still
was
make them.
kind of embarrassed. I was like, 16-year-old kid reading Die Wimpy Kid. But no. Yeah, I used to buy all them. I kind of want to buy the other ones now. I think they make one every year.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for a new one to drop back in the day, elementary school.
The Scholastic Book Fair, or whatever it's called. Good times right there. And now, if you guys have any questions for Trajan, Arthur, Trey, whatever you want to call him, let us know, because we're going to have to wrap up real quick. But we still have a couple more questions.
Yeah, I have one last question.
And then I have another question too. So
okay, 2 more for total. Okay, so what are 1 or 3 books that have greatly influenced your life?
I read this book by Rick Ross. He wrote. I read it recently, and I think that book was really good because he really talked about just everything, trying to be your own boss, things you're gonna have to go through in life.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind.
I definitely recommend it. I think it's a really good book.
Yeah, I've been interested to read it. When I saw you like reading it, I think you're at the park or something. It was a while back, but I was like, looks interesting. I read into it. I was like, but I have so many other books.
Yeah. What about y'all?
1 to 3. Okay, yeah, you go first.
Pure Christianity by C.S. Lewis. The Andy and Don book, which is I don't know who was the author, but Andy and Don book, which if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, it's all about Andy Griffith and Don Knotts. They played Sheriff Taylor and Deputy Barney Fife on the Andy Griffith Show in the 1960s. And I also like how I got my wiggle back, which the Blue Wiggle Anthony wrote that book with his brother Paul and his cousin Greg Truman.
All right. And now my 3. Okay, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, which is a guy who was in a concentration camp in the mid-40s during World War II, and just what he learned from that, what happened during that. It was obviously translated into English, but it was a powerful read. I think I recommend it to everybody. Mm-hmm. Another one would be Tribe of Mentors from Timothy Ferriss, which he brought a bunch of different celebrities, entrepreneurs, all different types of people, and he asked them same 7 or 8 questions. And some of the same 7 or 8 questions we use a lot for people we interview, so that's kind of how we started Honey Homeboys in a weird way. But that's where I heard about Man's Search for Meaning, so I'm glad I read it. There's more books I've read, but those are just 2 that come to mind. Another one is Gentle and Lowly by Dane Ortlund. I've read it twice now. Did a Bible study last month, and then
2 months ago.
Last year by myself. Read by myself. So that was a really good book. Those are 3 I recommend. Now I haven't read any of his books, but I'm sure they're good. I'm sure his books are good. There you go. You got 9 books. Originally it was only supposed to be 3, but there you go. Let me check this dream. See if anyone has any questions.
No questions.
No. So, I have a couple more. One is, so vocally, have you had any singing lessons? Have you just been winging it? What's happened?
When I was young, I used to always sing by myself.
In the shower?
Yeah. And I'm not going to say I have the best vocal, but I think I can carry a note for sure.
Yeah, I think everyone can. It's just a matter, some people try to do more than they can.
Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah. I think people, like, they listen to Mariah Carey or Michael Jackson's song in the car, and the music is so loud you can't even hear their own voice.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I can hit the high parts. Then they learn the hard way. If you ever record yourself singing a Michael Jackson or Mariah Carey song, record yourself, mute the music, and it's not going to be pretty unless,
Well, unless you get lessons from a singing teacher,
but
or being quiet.
I think most people just need to find a range.
Well, I'm trying. You know what? In the last several months, I'm trying to work on my voice range. But it's still a little struggle. But it's going to take lots of patience, time, and effort. We got to do it on God's timing.
And our final question is there anything you want to talk about that we haven't mentioned already on Honey Homeboys on this episode?
Well, kind of let's take the spotlight off me. I want to ask both y'all a question.
Okay.
So, with y'all both having YouTube channels, what does y'all's future look like?
Okay, I'll have you sit. I'll be there. I'll answer it. Sit. Swap seats. You can go first, AC.
Okay. Well, it's a really hard question, but you know what? I'll answer the best way as I can. Well, early next year, AJ haven't told me about this in the last couple of days, but we're thinking about doing my top 250 movies, and and
of all time,
of all
for each
time.
of us. We're thinking about doing it starting January 1st, 2023.
Yeah, and we're gonna film some late in the year. And
Yeah. We're
start
still
getting
working on our list, so that's gonna be a big project it's gonna be a separate channel.
Well, it's
too.
a big. Well, I'm either gonna do it on my channel or probably have to create a new one.
Yeah, we'll probably create a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably create a new one, and you know what? I might get lots of money off it, but
We'll see.
I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I think I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it and want to share my name to the world. And
Right.
TikTok and YouTube are really helping me right now.
Right.
I mean, I also see myself doing comedy tours or book tours if God calls me to do the next several years for YouTube or in general.
What's that?
What's what?
Like a book tools? What's that?
Well, not a book tool, but you know, I mean, for YouTube and TikTok,
Oh, I got
kind of like that, but it's not.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Oh yeah, future plans, future goals for your YouTube
Okay.
channel, things like that.
Right now, my goal for what happened to them is another milestone: hit 10,000 subscribers. Of course, hit 1,000, got monetized. I've done that already. But now, really hit 10,000, make as much money as possible. Maybe find some sponsors in the future, paid sponsorships. That's the goal right now. Try to, at the very least, make it a nice side hustle. Right now. That's my main goal right now for YouTube. If it turns out to be more, I'm more than happy for it. I really enjoy doing it. But right now, that's how it's my goal, plans. Yeah, that's
I
my
got
plans
you.
for that. But yeah, this is Hi Homeboys episode 10. It was a pleasure to have my good friend Tragen Keys on here.
I'm glad y'all have let me be on here.
Yeah, so
No
on
problem.
the outro.
Thanks for enjoying the video, everyone, and keep going, growing. Happy wiggling. See you guys.